Hello fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. We're going to do a general message here for the fire signs this week. So this will be a tarot reading that applies to Aries, Leo, and Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Of course, anyone's welcome into this reading. I just ask you come in with an open heart and an open mind, a desire to maybe learn something or better yourself. And if the messages that come through don't resonate, feel free to push them aside. You may also choose to revisit them at a later date. Only take away what resonates with you. That's really important. Sometimes tarot messages will make more sense in the future. So again, just be open to that. You are accountable and responsible for all actions and decisions. This is optional advice, guidance, energy check-ins. Y'all know the drill. All right, let's do it for fire signs. What's coming through this week? Ooh, Two of Cups. Ooh, possibly some sort of romantic connection with an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ooh, that makes you very happy. There could also be some very important communication about collaboration or partnership that has been like a long time coming and something that potentially you view as a wish fulfillment. This could be a final decision in terms of like the interview process. If that's the case, if you're interviewing and hoping to hear back, a lot of you, it seems like you're going to get it. If it's a job that is emotionally fulfilling, something that, you know, financially would be quite important or significant in your life. There could also be communications going back and forth with family members. If that's the case, I would say they're warm. Even if at one point in time they were kind of fragile, I'm hearing, or cold or a little bit withdrawn. That seems to be changing for the better. These are flanked with like emotional. So it's communication with the swords here, right? It could even be some sort of positive outcome in a court case or something to do with legal documents or possibly getting money back. You know, maybe you're doing tax returns or something like that. Yeah, okay, I like that very much. Tell me a little bit more for the fire signs. What about this King of Swords? Tell me a little bit more about him. All right, so possibly someone on the Leo Aquarius polarity. It could be someone who has both in their chart. This could especially be a message for my Leos out there watching, but it could be that some of you out there are connecting with a Leo, someone who's very witty, someone who's very clever, someone who has I don't know if sharp tongue is an appropriate expression, but they're very quick, they're very wise, they're very witty. And they seem to be expressing themselves, very indicative of sun energy, self-expression, but in a very warm, positive way. Something that makes you feel, it's like easy breezy. It makes you feel free. It makes you feel a sense of relief because I think you know where this person stands now. So if there was any confusion or lack of clarity, the King of Swords brings absolute clarity. Yeah, that's interesting. The bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups, which can be confusion or illusion or not knowing, you know, emotionally what you should invest in or the decision to be made. Something here is crystal clear. For a majority of you, it seems like there could be a strong partnership here. Others of you, if you were sort of feeling in the dark about where someone stands, I could also offer too, if someone makes their intentions known and it's not compatible to what you're looking for, this could be a card of joy and relief because at least you know now. You're walking away with power and information to find your happily ever after. So again, for most of you, this seems very positive. I don't like to use tarot as reading yes or no, but if you're asking a question, for most of you, this looks like a hell yes. And again, for the other few of you where maybe there is word or information, an expression that sets you free. That's the other way I could say that, but I almost feel like there's a final expression of joy that maybe was suppressed before. So this kind of feels like someone coming forward with feelings, especially with the Two of Cups and the Ten of Cups. I like that very much. Again, Aquarius is very strong for me with the King of Swords card. It doesn't have to be, of course, but and yeah, with the sun, Leo energy. Some of you may be getting in touch with your children or parents, depending on what end of the spectrum you are. The sun is always indicative of childlike people in your life. It can quite literally be your children, or it can be getting in touch with your inner child. Yeah, some of you may be doing a lot of thinking about family. Maybe you're thinking about starting a family. Maybe you're thinking about getting in touch with your kids or hanging out with your nieces and nephews, you know, something of the sort. What else? Oh, yeah, very strong family card, very strong money, financial inheritance, abundance. Yeah, starting a family seems to be here for you. Slow but steady wins the race. You may meet someone who's, it could be that you're connecting with someone who's quite wealthy, but I almost think you're connecting with someone who has a very rich family life. So particularly if that's something that you maybe longed for or struggled with as a child, maybe you had a more colder relationship with family, you seem to be connecting with someone who's inviting you right into their little tribe here, their family. And maybe it's not family by blood, maybe it's soul family, right? Their friendship group, whatever it is, it's very warm. But these two cards are very strong family cards. And if it's not family by blood, it's the idea of legacy, sort of, what's passed down. Yeah, someone who you may have been at odds with in a family dynamic. It could be friends, but for most of you, it feels like family. Someone may be making a peace offering or trying to progress this forward in a positive way. Yeah, more communication. The communication has been stepped up. There's more communication. There's more solid communication. I'm almost getting the idea of someone lightening up. If someone was very serious about something, it's almost like by you being around them, fire signs, they've started to relax a little, to let their hair down, to be able to express themselves more confidently, more openly, more truthfully with you. Because here's the thing, I think there's a certain amount of trust that's been established. This person maybe had to start off slow. Maybe they had trust issues from past relationships, or again, maybe they're carrying around a little bit of baggage from, friendships that went awry or family situations, but they're making progress. And yeah, it's like the communication has been, I just heard the one-up. Isn't that like a video game term? I don't know, but it's getting better. There's more clarity. There's better communication. This person is a good advocate for themselves. There's a lot of curiosity here too. At one point in time, someone here could have been a little bit defensive. Why is that? They were trying to tame themselves. Again, I'm getting something about a Leo here. This person wanted to move forward very swiftly with communication, but it's possible in the past they overdid it. Maybe they worried that they appeared too clingy, or in the past they've been too impulsive, or I will even say too critical. It could be in the past they rushed in to cut something off that didn't feel right and they regretted it later on. So this person is taking a slower style of approach, but I want to reinforce that with that, there's a sense of maturity here. This person is processing things and thinking things through, not just acting on impulse, which, in theory is good, right? If this person tells you something, you want to know it's coming from a truthful place, and it is. Look at all these bright cards. There's clarity, there's sunlight, there's a spotlight being shown on whoever or whatever this is, so it's clear. There's not a lot of clouds, right? A lot of sword energy here. Again, the idea of family dynamics, siblings, children, parents. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius are my air signs. So then let's see. And feel free to swap the roles too, guys. Oop, you can't see that. I have to be mindful of looking at my computer screen. Can I do that? Yeah, let's do that. Let's see. Be mindful that you can swap the roles too. Tell me about this Two of Cups. What else do I need to know? Yeah, some of you may have gotten out of some sort of partnership and you're just kind of playing the field and looking around, seeing if you can make connections. If that's the case, especially if you have strong earth in your chart, if you're an earth moon or an earth rising, for some of you, you're going to be meeting multiple connections, possibly on dating apps or having many conversations. It's not necessarily that you have one suitor this week. Some of you fire signs may feel like you're connecting with a lot of different people. So depending on your situation, that might be very pleasant. Variety, the spice of life. I'm just kidding. Just being cheesy. All right, tell me more about this Two of Cups, Spirit. Did something flip over there? Not really. Tell me more about this Two of Cups for the fire signs. Anything else? Someone might be a teacher or donate their time or give to charity. There's something about this person's very charitable. Again, sometimes if this is a dating scenario, this sometimes says to me this isn't necessarily someone who's looking to settle down immediately. It might be someone who's, you can say playing the field, but keeping their options open, right? If this truly is Two of Cups and it's something new, then yeah, this person might be shopping around, seeing what's out there. But I will say, I think that quickly turns into this final decision that the sun shines on one, because something about this seems like it could become very long-term, or it's like this person has suddenly chosen that you're the one they're going to invest their time in. There isn't this back and forth. But it's funny because that storyline is coming up, so I'm not sure who that is. At one point in time, one or both of you had a couple options, if not many options. But I will say, and I'm just reading these for roughly weekly energies, maybe monthly energies at most, right? It seems like there is some sort of final decision of what's going to tip the scales. And I mean, it's coming up in your reading, fire sign. So unless you're competing with another Leo, I don't know. I see this working out very nicely. And I mean, this is a card of reciprocity. So for some of you, if options aren't coming into it, it could just be that this person really gives a lot to the relationship. They're generous with their time and energy and love and emotions. Let's see. Single ladies card, 9 of Pentacles. This person respects themselves. They understand their own value and their worth, and so they're not just going to give themselves away to anyone. They're gonna take their time and look for someone who's suitable for them, someone who's a good soulmate, not just kind of a fly-by-night type thing. So you may catch yourself in a predicament too if you're just dating for fun. Nothing wrong with that, right? But you may end up connecting with someone who's very serious and looking to settle down. So that might give you a lot of pause of, I thought this was just, going to be fun and surface level and hanging out and just whatever. But you might come to a crossroads in the near future where you're like, well, this is getting serious. And, am I going to run from this or am I going to consider it? Am I going to settle down and maybe, plant seeds with this person, whatever that means to you? There might be a situation where your singlehood comes into question versus, are we a partnership? Are we a pair? Are we exclusive? Are we committed? You have excellent money cards. So tell me why are we being shown this lady? 5 of Swords. Ooh, okay. So you may be hesitant to couple up if you do have a history of feeling like you got schemed or played by someone in your life. If you ended up dating people, I'm going to say multiple people in their past who just kind of left you feeling burnt or used or however you want to say it, right? And what I'm always going to tell you guys, right? If you're not new to my channel, you know this. It's like, well, don't bring past memories into something that's potentially new and fresh here, right? Because this pattern doesn't have to repeat itself as long as you become aware of it and make strides to do things differently that, again, draw better boundary lines or respect yourself or prioritize yourself more so that you can avoid people who are scammers or cheaters or liars or, however you want to say it, right? Maybe there was just a strong sense of independence for both of you in this relationship and no one was willing to give a little. Again, I'm getting sort of as a past storyline. So if something comes up, you may sort of be triggered into thinking about past relationships that maybe didn't work out the way you had hoped, or, things went awry, things you weren't anticipating. But again, that's the past. This is now. So you have decisions and options, but in any relationship, make sure you're being respected and getting what you need out of it, and vice versa. Make sure you're able to give what your partner needs. Otherwise, it's just not compatible, right? And not every person you meet will be compatible. That's important to know. So there you go, the power of discernment, right? Think about it. Think it through. The Lovers. Yeah, you have important decisions and choices to make. Strong card of Gemini. You have a couple cards of Gemini coming up here. So yeah, I mean, it could have been in the past you felt like someone had wandering eyes. I could see that with the 7 of Swords. It could be that you may have trust issues if, someone had established that you guys were exclusive or there was loyalty there and then someone maybe stepped out of bounds, if you know what I mean. It doesn't have to be cheating. It could have just been, you felt like this person flirted with other people, and for a lot of you seem to be like, oh no, I'm never going to do that again. But then new people enter your life and you almost are holding them hostage for this person's mistakes, even though they're an entirely different person, right? So just be aware of that this week, fire signs. I like this. I like this quite a bit. Let's pull some romance angels. I didn't mean to make this romantic, but for a lot of you, it feels like it. I'm going to pull some of these and I'll try and look through the lens of money. Creative careers are coming through this week with the Sun and the 10 of Cups. Artists, painters, poets, singers, dancers, something about that. There could be good news that you get cast alongside someone. It's like they decided to go for 2 people instead of 1. I don't know what that would be, but it benefits you, fire signs. So take that for whatever it means. Writers, let's see. Oh, I love that this came up for you. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And look, engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. That's what I get with these big kind of like family, legacy, ancestry type cards. Very interesting. Anything else that wants to come out? Some of you may be competing or in some sort of career where there's a lot of competition, especially if it's something like sales. I'm getting that. I don't think it's a bad thing, though. For some of you, it's like, I don't know why I'm getting this metaphor, but it's almost like if you're casting a play or auditioning for a role, it's like the director or the casting producers, whatever you want to call them, they're so taken by multiple people that it's like they write a role to include you. So some of you may be looking at that as a defeat of, oh, I didn't get the starring role, but that's not really true. It's like this person was so impressed by your skills. They're like, I want to include you, but like I'm going to, do you know what I mean? It's like they create something out of thin air for you because they're so impressed or intrigued. They want to work with you. I mean, excellent money cards. So if that's the case, and obviously I know not everyone out there is an actor, singer, dancer, but I mean, put that in context if it works for you, right? If it doesn't, then it's not your message. So my one thing with that is that I could see you going in holding a grudge or a gripe of, well, I didn't get the leading role, and now I'm just like the other thing they wrote. But that's a really negative outlook or a negative perspective on what's going on. That's not it at all. So if any of that message makes sense, do not go in with this mentality of, looking over your shoulder because, this person is clearly, impressing the boss and you feel like, they're not, I don't know. Some of you, it's like you're very paranoid, like this person is trying to sabotage you or there's sneaky stuff going on. And I don't know. I just don't see that being the case. I think there's a misconstrued information there. I would come in humble. I would say this is a fantastic opportunity for you to learn something with Page of Swords. And again, there's huge potential for growth here. So whatever it is, if you're asking about money, career, finances this week, growth in a very positive direction. But the Knight of Pentacles does say slow and steady wins the race. So it might not be an overnight, Cinderella success story. But I would say give this time because there's more unexpected options that come to you later down the line. Anyway, I want to read this because it's flipped over. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Whoops. Sorry, fire signs. I'm also dealing with the sun setting and I burnt my lamp out, my little lamp that I use for my tarot readings, so it's going to be dark soon. I'll give you a couple of these cards, I guess. Why not? Is there any theme in this reading? Moonology cards. We have a new moon in Aries coming up. I believe it is on April 1st, April Fool's Day. And no, I'm not fooling. There's going to be a new moon in Aries, so setting new intentions. It's the beginning of the zodiac, right? Let's see what this says. Full moon in Pisces, balance spirituality and practicality. All right. Whoops, can you see that? And I'm going to read you one of these because it's a great deck. It's a little oracle deck from Marcella Kroll. Nature Nurture. Is there any oracle card that wants to come out? Possibly something that you were working on in Pisces season is coming to a culmination here. Something about this may involve a Virgo as well. You have a lot of kind of Mercury energy here, which is the ruler of Virgo. All right, for my fire signs, wrapping it up. For Aries, Leo, Sag, one more card. What can I give? Whoops. Oh, you got two. Look at that. Eagle. Guide. What does this say? Acorn. Wisdom. I love that. King of Swords. Wisdom. All right, let's see. 7. All right, Acorn, Wisdom. Life experience, lessons, and knowledgeable sources. There is much to be obtained by honoring what we have learned through our own experiences, as well as the teachings of others. Ask yourself, have I gone down this path before? Do I remember what I have already learned? You could be finding yourself in the same scenario. There was something you forgot to hold on to the first time, and lessons came around. Or perhaps this experience is new and sharing with you a valuable tool that will assist you with the rest of your journey. Either way, drawing this card is a reminder to really cherish what you are learning here. The information being received is more powerful than you may realize in this moment. If you are inquiring about a relationship or opportunity, drawing the acorn is a symbolic of an important seed being planted at this time. All right, cool. And then let's read guide. Eagle, 9. Spirit guide, messages, perspective, and divinity. By drawing this card, you are being asked to connect more to your spirit guides, power animals, and or any other benevolent beings that are supporting you at this time. A shift in perspective and out of your comfort zone is called for. The eagle asks you to fly high above the creation of your life and see the bigger picture. Are you thinking too small? Are you feeling a disconnect from your purpose? Or do you need guidance about how to proceed? Connect now with your spirit team to help you back your connections. Connect now with your spiritual team to help you back to your connection to your own divinity. If you are inquiring about a relationship, project, or pursuit, then this card can indicate a very strong spiritual connection. I love that too. The Pisces full moon coming out. All right, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. That's what I got for you this week. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, all those good things. If you want to book a personal reading, just shoot me an email. We'll get you squared away. Other than that, thanks for joining me today. Bye, guys.